Hello, my name is Annika and welcome to the Sewing Nook. In this video I'm going to be sharing some DIY gift ideas. The first project I have is these really easy reusable either makeup wipes or whatever you want to use them for. And you're going to need some towel material and then some just main material. So to get started on these, you're going to need to cut a circle from the main material and the towel material. There are two different ways you can do it. One where it's just towels, like this one, or one where it has the towel on one side and the main material on the other side, like this one. I decided to cut 4 circles from my towel material, just using a coaster for my template, and 2 from my main material so that I could make one that was just a towel and 2 that were the towel with the main material. Then with right sides together, I'm going to sew around the entire thing, making sure to leave a little gap so I can turn it right side out. Once I finish sewing it, I'm going to trim the edges, clip the edges, making sure not to clip the stitches, turn it right side out, and then sew around the entire thing, closing the opening as I go. Repeat those steps for the other ones, and then your makeup wipes, or whatever you want to use them for, are complete. Next, I'm going to make this headband that has towel material on the inside. Of course, this is optional, but if you do want to make it for like washing your face or something like that, it is really nice to have that, and it does have elastic, so it is adjustable. Start by cutting a rectangle from your towel material and your main material that measures 2.5 by 15, and then another rectangle from your towel material that measures 12.5 by 2 inches. And then the last thing you need is a piece of elastic that measures 8 inches. Start by taking your 2 larger rectangles and placing them at right sides together. Then sew them together along the lengths, making sure to leave at least a 3-inch gap on the bottom. Once you finish sewing that, give it a good press, and then take your other rectangle from the towel material and fold it in half, and then sew it along the length. Next, you need to turn it right side out, and I'm going to use this handy tool that I have, but if you don't have one, you could just use a knitting needle or a safety pin or something like that. Next, using a bodkin or a safety pin, thread the elastic through your tunnel. Once you get the elastic all the way through, sew on both of the shorter edges to keep the elastic in place, and then put it inside your main piece and sew it down on one of the edges like this. Then take a bobby pin or a bodkin and attach it to the other end of the elastic, which you haven't sewn down yet, and use that to help you get it to the other side, making sure that you keep it straight. Then sew down the other side. Clip the corners and then turn it right side out through the opening in the bottom. Also, I found that it is very nice to have a lint roller on hand, especially for projects with this kind of towel material, just to clean up my ironing board as I go. Now your headband should look something like this, and all you have left to do is stitch around the entire thing, closing the opening as you go. And your headband is complete. Next, we're going to be making a really cute coin bag. For the lining, you're going to need 2 squares that measure 4 by 4, and then for the main material, you're also going to need 2 squares that measure 4 by 4, and then you'll need a zipper that measures 4 inches and a small piece that matches the lining that measures 2 by 1 inch. Start by taking that small piece and folding it in half like this, and then sewing along the length and turning it right side out. Next, take your lining, place it face up, and then place your zipper on top of it face up, and then place one of your main pieces face down and sew that together using a zipper foot. Open it up and give it a good press, and then top stitch along that edge. Then repeat those steps for the other ones, lining face up, zipper face up, and main piece face down. Give it a press and then top stitch along the other side. Then, making sure that your zipper is at least halfway open, put the two main pieces together and the two lining pieces together, and take that little piece that we made in the beginning, fold it in half, and then place it in between the two main pieces of material closer to the zipper. Also, make sure that the zipper teeth are pointing towards the lining, and then sew around the entire thing, making sure to leave at least a 2-inch gap in the lining. Once you finish that, clip the corners and trim the edges. After that, get a ruler and draw a square that is 1 inch by 1 inch on each of the corners, and then pull them apart like this, and then sew across that line on all 4 of the corners. Clip all 4 of the corners, making sure not to clip the stitching, and then turn it right side out through the opening in the lining, and then sew the opening in the lining closed. And your coin purse is complete. Another great sewing gift idea is this purse. It has little handles so that you can hold it if you want, but it also has a strap that's removable, and it's fully lined and has a pocket on the front. So if you're interested in that, I have a full video on it. I really hope that y'all enjoyed this video. Please let me know down in the comments whether or not you're going to make any of these and what you think of them. Give it a like if you enjoyed it, and subscribe if you haven't already.